Hey guys, it's Bobi aka Paginator, and we're here today with a bookish/Etsy haul. Yes, I have different hair. I know, it's okay. Moving on. So we're going to start with Inky Finger Society, some lovely crafting supplies. This is an Etsy shop that I have mentioned many times, and I will link them in the space below if you want to check out their stuff. They make some really beautiful things, a lot of coffee dyed items, and I always get library card pockets from them that have been coffee dyed. Okay, so she always sends like a little bonus thing with this card. And let's see what's in our little treat pouch today. This looks like some washi tape. Okay, that's pretty. It's kind of a purple floral design. I don't know how closely you're going to be able to see that. There we go. And some buttons, which I'm not going to be able to hold up very well without spilling them everywhere probably. But you can see that there are buttons there in my hand. Back during the summertime, I had the honor of being their featured artist. I think it was in July, and it was like, oh my goodness. It was amazing. I thought I had died and gone to heaven. I still feel that way when I think about it. It's awesome. I got two packages of library pocket cards, and these are coffee dyed and stamped. So Arwen is the shop owner, and she makes all of these things. She also makes this like vintage sellotape stuff. I'll show you a piece of it right here, but you can buy a whole roll if she has it in stock. She doesn't always have everything in stock, but these library card pockets I put in my junk journals, in pretty much all of them. All right, now this is something I haven't gotten from Arwen before, and I'm very excited about this. This is coffee dyed bingo cards. See, she stamped it right there for us. Oh my goodness, these are so cool looking. Look at that. The grunginess. Smells like coffee. Those are gonna be lovely to work. I got some vintage photo slides. So I'm pretty sure these are things that she found and not made. Let's see, Dillon Pass and Palisades. The castle, which looks like maybe a rock formation. Carved mushroom erosion, and White River Valley. I'm gonna have to Google these things and see if I can find out where these are from. Another great thing about this shop is that she packages everything in things that you can also use in junk journals, like this pouch or the other envelopes of things. And the last item that I got this time is golden shadow paper. Sometimes it's easier to just get paper from other people than to dye your own, especially when it has this gold details on it. Look at this. Shiny. So beautiful. I got some of this from her before and used it all up, so I needed to restock. Look at this as a mandala. And then the gold. This one. This one. And this one. I'm very happy about that. Okay, it's time to switch gears into bookish stuff. So I've got my book of the month box, and I treated myself and got like the max amount of books you could get this time. And we also have the creepy Clubhouse box, which my students are going to be very happy about. So we have our carrot. Let's dive into the book of the month box. Oh my heavens. Okay, so I opened the box and what did I see? New since 1926. What? Fiction forward. So we've got this booklet. The best new fiction 12 times a year, every 28 to 31 days, usually in the morning, sometimes closer to midday. Happy New Year, BFF. Okay. Oh, this is cool. So some of the pages open out to this timeline, and it says a century-ish of the best new fiction. So the very first one they have on here is The Sun Also Rises from 1926. Then we have Of Mice and Men, The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, The Catcher in the Rye, Invisible Man, In Cold Blood, Song of Solomon, Perfect Spy, A Gentleman in Moscow. We're up to 2016 now. These are quite spaced out. Pachinko, An American Marriage, The Silent Patient, Transcendent Kingdom, Tomorrow, 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 Wayward, and Wellness. So that's kind of fun to see, like, the evolution of, like, books and covers and things. Oh, fun. Okay, so they have a list of their Book of the Year winners, some of them anyway. So in 2023, it was Yours Truly by Amy Jimenez, one of my favorite books that I read this last year in 2024. Let's see. Oh, Daisy Jones and the Six. I read that one. I read Circe by Madeline Miller, or Circe, however you want to say it. Might have to check out some of those other ones. This is fun. It's like, obviously like a promotional little booklet thing. But you know me, I'm going to turn this into something. Especially with those flip out pages. This is going to become a craft project. Have I shown you my Legolas Funko Pop? I don't think I have. Recently, I did it, went to GameStop. Actually, it wasn't recently. It's been over a month ago. Maybe even 2 months. And they had a sale on their Funko Pops. And I found some that were fun. I got Loki in fact, I'll just grab him because he's right here. So we have Loki, which is a bobblehead. Loki from the show. And there was a Smurfette that I got. And she's also right here. She's super cute. And then my favorite of the ones that I got was Legolas. Anyway, I promise we're going to get to the books. I need to stop sidetracking myself. Okay, first book. We have The Favorites by Lane Fargo. And this is kind of outside of my usual, like, I don't know, whatever, reading comfort zone, but let's find out what this book is about. She might not have a famous name, funding, or her family support, but Katarina Shaw has always known that she was destined to become an Olympic skater. When she meets Heath Rocha, a lonely kid stuck in the foster care system, their instant connection makes them a formidable duo on the ice. Clinging to skating and each other to escape their turbulent lives, Kat and Heath go from childhood sweethearts to champion ice dancers, captivating the world. What did I say? Captivating the world with their scorching chemistry, rebellious style, and roller coaster relationship. Until a shocking incident at the Olympic Games brings their partnership to a sudden end. As the 10-year anniversary of their final skate approaches, an unauthorized documentary reignites the public fascination with Shaw and Rocha, claiming to uncover the real story through interviews with their closest friends and fiercest rivals. Kat wants nothing to do with the documentary, but she can't stand the thought of someone else defining her legacy. So after a decade of silence, she's telling her story, from the childhood tragedies that created her all-consuming bond with Heath to the clash of desires that tore them apart. Sensational rumors have haunted their every step for years, but the truth may be even more shocking than the headlines. Now, disclaimer before we talk about the next book, I sometimes am a forgetful dummy. I picked The Teller of Small Fortunes, not remembering that I had picked it in another Book of the Month box. So, since I've already hauled this and like all that stuff, I'm not going to read the synopsis, I don't think, because I mean, I had to have read it to you when I opened the last box, right? Maybe we'll just do like a small idea. A wandering fortune teller finds an unexpected family in this warm and wonderful debut fantasy. There we go. Had to knock myself in the head because I was a forgetful dummy. I need to just come in here and look at the bookshelves when I'm doing my Book of the Month order. They used to have a thing on their website where you were looking at their categories for add-ons and it'll say these ones are already on your shelf, meaning you've already got it from us. I wish they still did that. But moving on. Next book. Look at this one. The Road of Bones, the Ashen series, book 1 by Demi Winters. She's pretty. Scylla Nordvig is running for her life. The Queen of Isildur has sent warriors to bring Scylla to Sinnavik, where death awaits her. When her father is killed, his last words set Scylla on a perilous quest to travel the treacherous Road of Bones, a 1,000-mile stretch haunted by warbands, creatures of darkness, and a mysterious murderer, and go to Copa and the safety of a shield house. After barely surviving the first stretch of road, a desperate Scylla sneaks into a supply wagon belonging to the notorious Blood Axe crew. To make it to Copa, she must win over Axe Eyes, the brooding leader of the crew, while avoiding the wolf, his distractingly handsome right-hand man. All the while, the Queen's ruthless assassin hunts Scylla obsessively. Will Scylla make it safely to Copa, or will she fall prey to the perils of the Road of Bones? Next book. we have The Spectaculars by Fiona Davis. New York City, 1956. 19-year-old Marion Brooks knows she should be happy. Her high school sweetheart is about to propose and sweep her off to the life everyone has always expected they'd have together. A quiet house in the suburbs. Marion staying home to raise their future children. But instead, Marion finds herself feeling trapped. So when she comes across an opportunity to audition for the famous Radio City Rockettes, the glamorous precision dancing troupe, she jumps at the chance to exchange her predictable future for the dazzling life of a performer. Doesn't this sound fun? Like a book about becoming a rockette? Meanwhile, the city is reeling from a string of bombings orchestrated by a person the press has nicknamed the Big Apple Bomber, who has been terrorizing the citizens of New York for 16 years by planting bombs in popular crowded spaces. With the public in an uproar over the lack of any real leads after a years-long manhunt, the police turn in desperation to Peter Griggs, a young doctor at a local mental hospital who espouses a radical new technique, psychological profiling. As both Marion and Peter find themselves unexpectedly pulled into the police search for the bomber, Marion realizes that as much as she's been training herself to blend in, performing in perfect unison with all the other identical Rockettes, if she hopes to catch the bomber, she'll need to stand out and take a terrifying risk. In so doing, she may be forced to sacrifice everything she's worked for as well as the people she loves the most. There was a documentary, I want to say it was on Netflix. Maybe it was on something else. Anyway, that came out last year in 2024 about kind of the woman who really was the mother of profiling criminals. She was flippin' amazing. Let's just say that much. Next book, Arsenic and Adobo. This is by Mia P. Manansala, and it is a kitchen cozy kind of mystery thing. It says, when Lila Macapagal moves back home to recover from a horrible breakup, her life seems to be following all the typical rom-com tropes. She's tasked with saving her Tita Rosie's failing restaurant, and she has to deal with a group of matchmaking aunties who shower her with love and judgment. But when a notoriously nasty food critic who happens to be her ex-boyfriend drops dead moments after a confrontation with Lila, her life quickly swerves from a Nora Ephron romp to an Agatha Christie case. I am sorry, I'm stumbling over words badly. With the cops treating her like she is the one and only suspect, and the shady landlord looking to finally kick the Macapagal family out and resell the storefront, Lila's left with no choice but to conduct her own investigation. Armed with the nosy auntie network, her barista best bud, and her trusted dachshund Longanisa, Lila takes on this tasty, twisted case and soon finds her own neck on the chopping block. That sounds like it'll be fun. I love the nosy aunt network. And here's our bookmark for this month. It says, can I read backwards? Pause for dramatic effect. That brings us to the creepy Clubhouse box. And so we've got our carrot out again, and we're going to cut the tape. I'll tell you what, it's Monday as I'm filming this, and on Saturday I went to the post office because I said my creepy Clubhouse box was there according to the tracking. When I get to the post office, the guy's like, yeah, no, I don't have anything for you. Then why does it tell me it's ready for pickup? But that's okay, it's here today. Alright, let's open it on up and see, there's our card. So I always have to talk about this, but I just am so impressed and appreciative that Creepy Clubhouse includes my students and they send me little extra things and stuff for my kiddos. It is so sweet of them and it's very much appreciated. So we have this note and it says, Dear Story Seeker, welcome to Creepy Clubhouse's January box, Frightful Fairy Tales inspired by the legendary Grimm brothers. Yay! I'm very excited about that. Our first item is in a pouch, and let's see what it is. It looks like a pin. Grimm Brothers, established 1806, Fairy Tale Acquisition Council. Okay, so it's not an enamel pin, but it is a nice looking one. What? We have a calendar. Look at this, Creepy Clubhouse. Then it says Paranormal Neon Creatures 2025. So January is the Swamp Thing. February is a mummy. March is a minotaur. That dude's got muscles. April is a dragon. May is a haunted pirate ship. June is a werewolf. Also got muscles. July is a unicorn. August is a UFO. September we have Bigfoot. October better be something good for my birthday month. Haha. Haunted house. November is the Loch Ness Monster. And December is zombies. So I'll take this to school and kind of set it up on the corner of my desk so my kids can see it and they can check it out. All right, we've got some bookmarks. We have Once Upon a Time on the front with a forest. Always a good way to start a story. And then we have some just information about Creepy Clubhouse on the back. They have a website here called storyjumper.com, a free online resource where you can create and publish your own stories, myths, legends, and tall tales. With assistance from a parent, craft your narratives and become a published author. I have some kids that would do that. All right, let's go to the sticker pack. Okay, so they sent me 5 of these. This says Sweetly Sinister. We've got a creepy looking haunted house in the woods. Oh, no, that's not. That's the gingerbread house with the candy on it. That's why it's Sweetly Sinister. Okay, we have got a holographic frog prince. It's lovely. So each of these they send me 4 or 5 of. That's so kind. This one says, adventures await in the tales you create. We have a book stack. Aww. This might be my favorite one. We've got Red Riding Hood going through the creepy dark forest. Let's take a look at our next item. This is magnetic poetry kit. Brothers Grimm themed. I love magnetic poetry. That's so fun. I used to have a magnetic poetry set on my fridge, and then when I moved into the house that I live in now, somehow in the shuffle that got lost. I might have accidentally thrown it in the garbage instead of packing it or something. Anyway, now I have magnetic poetry again, and it's fairy tales. My students are going to fight me for this one, but too bad. I am winning because I paid for this for myself. If you don't know what magnetic poetry is, it's basically a whole bunch of different words that are magnets, and you can move them around to make poems, stories, all kinds of fun things. I love it. Yay! No way! Look at this. Look at this. Ooh. Okay, let's read the little tag. Once upon a German trail, Grimm brothers sought each mythic tale. In leather bound with care, they penned the fables that would never end. Now this journal awaits your hand to scribe the wonders of your land. Follow their path, write what you see. Your tale's now part of history. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's undo this. Closure. Oh my gosh. And it's got the binder, ring binder thingies and this beautiful paper. Wow, that's so cool. I've gotten leather notebooks like this before, but I have never gotten one with a ring binder. That's amazing. Amazing. I'm a nerd. We already know that. Are you ready for the books? I'm so excited for this first one because it's just a beautiful edition. It is Grimm's Fairy Tales. Look at this cover. It is the Puffin Classics cover. It's so lovely. So it says, step into the dark forest and discover a wondrous world of magic and trickery. In these timeless tales, you will meet Hansel and Gretel, Rumpelstiltskin, Tom Thumb, the Goose Girl, and many other familiar characters, as well as discover some less well-known ones, such as Old Sultan and Peter the Goatherd. Enchanting, mysterious, and often chilling, Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm's original fairy tales delve deep into every secret of the human heart, fear, greed, friendship, and love, and will stay with you forever. This is making me think about the 10th Kingdom. It was like a TV miniseries starring Kimberly Williams Paisley and some other people, and I think that was before she married Brad Paisley, so it was just Kimberly Williams. But anyway, comment in the space below if you've seen the 10th Kingdom. It is one of my favorite like fantasy fairy tale things to watch, and it's, yeah, like I said, it's a mini series and it's so much fun. A little bit cheesy, but really fun. Next book, we have Can You Survive the Grimm's Fairy Tales, a Choose Your Path book. This sounds fun. So it is by the Brothers Grimm and Ryan Jacobson. You're the main character, you make the choices. The mystical world of fairy tales is crumbling and you've been chosen to save it. You must navigate through dark and twisted versions of Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel, Rapunzel, and other famous fairy tales. Use your courage, cunning, and a little bit of luck to survive such perils as evil witches, devious wolves, and nasty criminals. Can You Survive the Grimm's Fairy Tales turns the classic collection of short stories into a Choose Your Path book, putting you in control of the action. Do you have what it takes to rescue this reality? Or will the fairy tale villains and their sinister plans lead to your doom? Step into this adventure and choose your path, but choose wisely or else. That sounds really fun. Like, they have some other ones they've done in this series. Can You Survive the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes? Can You Survive the Call of the Wild? And Can You Survive the Wonderful Wizard of Oz? Those all sound really fun. Oh, we have our Who HQ book. They always send one in this box, and I love them. This is Who Are the Brothers Grimm? So we can learn all about these brothers. These books have lots of fun illustrations, but the lexile or reading level is quite high. So it will challenge some of my like mid to maybe even higher level readers, but with also the appeal of a small book with pictures. No way! Oh, this makes me so happy. Oh my gosh, can I even tell you? I can't begin to explain to you that. Okay, so this is The Sisters Grimm, the Fairy Tale Detectives. This is the first in a series by Michael Buckley. I have read this series, and my copies mysteriously walked away out of my classroom library. So now I have the first book again. Okay, so I'm going to read you the synopsis. Orphan sisters Sabrina and Daphne are sent to live with their newly discovered grandmother, Relda Grimm, in the strange town of Fairyport Landing. The girls soon learn a family secret, that they are the descendants of the famous Brothers Grimm, whose book of fairy tales is actually a history book. When a terrorizing giant goes on a rampage through the town, it's up to the sisters Grimm to stop him and to solve the mystery of who set the giant loose in the first place. Was it Mayor Charming, formerly Prince Charming, who desperately wants his kingdom back, the three not-so-little pigs, the shifty town cops, or one of the many other fairy tale characters who seem to have it out for the Grimms? One of my favorite characters in this series is the Big Bad Wolf. You can read the series to find out why. Oh, that's exciting. I am a sucker for fairy tales or fairy tale retellings in books anyway, so this month's theme makes me very happy. They have sent out the information about next month's theme, and I think it's going to be something to do with monsters, but I couldn't tell you 100% for sure, so don't quote me on that. Wouldn't it be fun if it was like Universal Monsters? That would be really cool. Okay, so that's going to be it for this bookish and Etsy haul. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite item was or book, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.